In the final 15 seconds, as he was caught between sagging ropes at his back and a blur of hard fists in front of his eyes, Anthony Joshua managed to smile. It was a smile of the damned if ever there was one. He lost the fight, the second of his career, and the better part of £200 million may have just gone with it. It will sting all over. There will be the sting of the huge bruise under his right eye and the sting of that busted nose. And there will be the sting of what else has disappeared, which in order can be listed as his treasured belts for the WBA, IBF, WBO and EBO World Heavyweight titles, and then the small business of the big fight to which we have all given so much time in discussing. Tyson Fury. Will it ever happen? And if it does, will it ever be what we wanted it to be? On the matter of the former, maybe it can. Maybe it will follow one of those redemptive story arcs, the culmination of revenge over Alexander Usyk in some far-off date. We have seen it before in this sport. Many times, actually. There will always be a market for Joshua and Fury, just as there was a market for Manny Pacquiao and a market for Mike Tyson. They had their falls and we still had their fights with Floyd Mayweather and Lennox Lewis. But it wasn't the same. And if Joshua dusts himself off sufficiently, a fight with Fury won't be the same either. It was meant to go for £100 million a pop, 2 fights. But it will take a lot to put Joshua together again after this most humbling of defeats against the brilliant force of Usyk, who won all the belts at cruiserweight and now holds all bar one in the land of the giants. How he dominated this fight with his guile. With his tactical superiority, his movement, and his ability to launch that southpaw left into Joshua's jaw. At times watching Joshua trying to catch him with his beige gloves, to pin him down, was something akin to watching a man trying to catch an eel between 2 sticks of butter. A question at this point about Joshua's approach. How? Why? For a time, we could see and appreciate progress and maturity in his conservative style. He stayed back, he waited. Remember the first Andy Ruiz fight, to which Joshua succumbed through too many misadventures forward? This looked like the refinement of a model, the restraining of instincts, the curbing of aggression. We saw it in the Ruiz rematch, and we also saw added patience against Kubrat Pulev last time out. But this wasn't that. What initially passed for something measured and controlled quickly took on the appearance of something lost and desperate. By the 6th, Joshua had barely landed a punch. By the 8th, his nose was bleeding. By the 10th, his left eye was almost closed, and by the 11th, he very clearly needed a knockout. Barring the odd decent shot, he just never came close across 36 minutes in extremely talented company. In time we will wonder again how he might get on against Fury. But for so many reasons there will be a doubt around any of that now, not least because of one question: if he couldn't get close to a slick-moving genius up from cruiserweight, how can he be expected to outdance a slick-moving giant? He has an awful lot to solve before we ever find out. If we ever find out.